welcome back. This is part 3 of a Mobility Plus Golfer Power series. So the first video we talk about how to assess for mobility. Second is we're going to have color corrected. This video we're going to show you how to again add that power into that golf swing. So before we talk about power, we're going to talk about how do we actually harvest power. So a quick analogy I like to use is a slingshot. So we talk about okay, if we have a sling, how far we push is how harder we push, harder more power can create. But not many people will focus on the handle part. So you need to hold on to the handle in order for it to pull tight. And something, we have a fancy term called anti-rotation. And this is a very good exercise I want to show you next to create how to create that pillar before you add more power there. So this exercise you can do with any band or any cables. So the exercise is called calf-up press. So find a way for cable machines in. I want you to start off right off the chest. You're going to walk out a couple steps. And I want you to make sure your chest and your belly button are facing forward the whole time. And you just start pressing out. The key point here is then, as you do this, make sure your belly button and your chest facing the same way the whole time. You want to hit about 10 to 12 reps, and then slowly come on back. And of course, tune on both sides. Again, this is important before you add more rotational power in. Make sure you have that pillar. And after you master that, then Coach is going to show you some power stuff. Coach Dan.
All right, guys, so like Mike said, once we establish that strong pillar and we're able to do our anti-rotation work, then we can start to have some fun and actually work on rotation and power for the golf swing. One of the easiest ways we're going to be able to generate power and rotation in the golf swing is actually doing some rotational plyo work, right? So what we have here is our box, and we do box jumps here a little differently with our golfers. I'll show you guys the regression for this one too. If you haven't done these before, obviously we start on the ground. But first one with the box jumps, we're going to do a 180 box jump, right? So I'm going to be facing away from the box. I'm going to load up, right? And as I load up, I'm going to jump, switch directions in the air, and land up on the box here, okay? The thing with this is just like in our golf swing, we don't want those knees all over the place, right? So we want to start nice and stable, and we want to let the hips do the rotation followed by the torso. We don't want those knees rotating, right? So I come here, jump up, land, jump back down, right? Do 3 to 5 reps on each rotation. If you guys haven't done those before, you want to just start on the ground, same mechanics here, and we're just going to switch directions in the air, 180 degrees, and then come back, right? So that would be the regression to actually doing the box jumps. Another exercise we like to do, we do a ton of med ball variations, but this is one of my favorite ones because I think it's important to work deceleration in our power training as well, because that helps a lot with the backswing. So what we're going to do is jump out, load into this back hip, and then what we're going to do is rotate, toss to the wall, okay? So we're going to jump out, decelerate, load on the hip just like we load into our backswing, load the ball, toss, okay? Jump, rotate, and toss back. Again, we do about 3 to 5 reps on each side of that. Power reps, we're going to stay low with everything and just try to generate as much force as possible during those reps.